Hello. This is part 4 of What If Naruto Was Part Dragon. So, yeah. Check the description for the channel I'm a part of, the Biscommandments. And yeah. So, without further ado, let's get into this. About a week after the tuning exams, Jiraiya came up to Naruto to talk to him about something. Jiraiya says, "Hey, I need to talk to you about something." Naruto says, "Is it something to do with the Hokage?" Jiraiya says, "Yes, it is. The thing I need to talk to you about is you have been chosen to go find the Hokage. You have two choices. The first one is to pick me, and we'll go by ourselves to find the Hokage. Your second choice is to pick 4 people to become part of your new tuning squad, Team Dragon." Naruto says, "Can I pick anyone?" Jiraiya says, "Yeah, anyone you pick will be promoted to tuning, because the mission is an escort mission ranked at A." "Okay, well, I know who I want to be a part of my squad." Jiraiya says, "Okay, who do you want to be? Who do you want on your squad?" Naruto says, "The 4 people I want on my squad are Sasuke, Shikamaru, Shino, and Neji." Jiraiya says, "Wait, isn't Neji the kid you almost killed in the tuning exams?" "Yeah, he is, but I can see that he's very strong, and I need to talk to him anyways, so why not have him on my team?" "Okay, that makes sense. Oh, by the way, your rank is Special Elite Lead Chunin." "Wait, is that even a real rank?" "Well, they had to make a new rank just for you. Honestly, you should feel honored." "Okay, well, what rank are my members?" "Sasuke's an elite tuning. Everyone else is regular tuning." "Okay, got it. Well, I'm gonna go talk to Neji." Jiraiya says, "Got it. By the way, the next Hokage is Tsunade. She was one of my teammates." Naruto says, "Got it." Naruto in his mindscape says, "So the next Hokage is going to be Tsunade, the Slug Princess. Interesting." Naruto then goes to the Hyuga clan compound and goes in. He sees Hinata and Hiyashi in the dojo training. He goes up to Hinata and says, "Hinata, how are you?" Hinata says, "Naruto, why are you here?" Naruto says, "Oh, I'm here to talk to Neji." Hinata says, "Oh, well, I need to talk to him too, but he's not really been talking to me lately." Naruto says, how about this? Come with me and then stand in the doorway. I'll call you in after a bit." Naruto then goes to go get out of the dojo, and Hiyashi says, "So, you're Naruto. You're Naruto Uchiha, correct?" "Yes, I am." Says, and Hiyashi says, "You're my daughter's boyfriend, correct?" Naruto then stands up straight and stiff and says, "Yes, sir." Hiyashi then goes up to Naruto and puts a hand on his shoulder and says, "Don't be so tense. I'm just here to tell you that you're a very powerful kid. From that little show I saw in the tuning exams, I can tell you're strong. I just need to tell you, you have my support. You and Hinata have my support." Naruto smiled and says, "Thank you, Lord Hiyashi. Well, I need to go ask Neji if he wants to be on my new tuning team." Hiyashi says, "Oh, you're making a tuning team? What's it called?" "It's called Team Dragon. It's going to be me, Sasuke Uchiha, Neji Hyuga, Shikamaru Nara, and Shino Aburame. Yash says, I had a Chunin team back in the day. I wasn't the member of it. I wasn't the leader of it, but I still had it. Nara says, who are on your team? Yashin says, my Chunin team was the leader, Minato Namikaze. Then there was me. Then there was Kushina Uchiha. And then there was a very, very young kid. He was around the age of Minato. His name was Taiuchi. He was a very powerful kid, but I think you know him as Taiuchi, the one that runs Ichiraku Ramen. Naruto says, wait, old man Taiuchi was a Chunin? Then Hiyashi says, yeah, he was. He actually became Jonin around the same time Minato did. He was a very, very powerful Chunin, and very, very powerful ninja in general. But he had a daughter, and then he just wanted to be a normal ramen guy. Minato said he was honestly strong. Minato said he was weaker than Taiuchi sometimes, but I didn't really see it. Taiuchi might have been holding off some power, but I don't know. Well, Neji's room is on the other side of the compound. You two should go talk to him now. Naruto goes to the other side of the compound and finds Neji's room. He goes in and asks Neji, so, how are your wounds? Neji says, well, they're healing, and they should be good in a bit. Also, thanks for going easy on me. Naruto says, so you could tell. Neji says, yeah, I could see my Byakugan. I could see with my Byakugan. You weren't using all the power you could. And also, your chakra. Very interesting color of gold. Interesting. Naruto says, don't worry about that. Naruto says, And he says, okay, and thanks for not going all out on me. By the way, I understand why you did what you did in the prelims now. I shouldn't have said what I said to Hinata. Naruto says, yeah, but I have one question. Would you like to be my Chunin squad? Would you like to be in it? He says, why me? I'm a weak, pathetic person. I always talked about destiny, but then whenever you took me out on the Chunin exams, I realized that destiny was never on my side. I realized that destiny was something that you shape and mold to your desire. Naruto says, you're far from weak, but you're not at your full potential. It's true, destiny is to be molded to your liking, but the only way you do that is through hard work and training. So, that's what you need to do. And he says, well, would it be possible for you to forgive me for what I said? Yeah, I forgave you a long bit ago. But I'm not the one you need to apologize to. You need to apologize to Hinata. And he says, I'm too ashamed of myself to even face her. I walked in the dojo the other day. She walked into the dojo the other day, and I ran to my room. I'm scared to talk to her. I believe she's mad at me. Naruto says, well, she's not mad at you. She wants to talk to you, actually. As Naruto says this, he sidesteps, and what Neji sees is Hinata sitting in front of him. Neji says, Hinata, I Before Neji could finish, Hinata ran up to him and hugged him. She then said, I never was mad at you, big brother Neji. As Neji hears this, he starts crying. After 10 minutes, Hinata breaks the hug and says, thank you for not holding a grudge against Naruto. And same for you, Naruto. Thank you for not hating Neji. Hinata says this. She goes up to Naruto and kisses him on the lips and hugs him. After 10 minutes, Naruto asks Neji again, so, would you like to be a part of my team, Neji? Yes, Naruto. I would love to. After Naruto got his team together, they left the village. Naruto and the rest of his team headed out to find Tsunade. They find themselves at a village. As they head into the village, Naruto says, guys, let's split up and ask questions about where Tsunade is and see if anyone's seen her. As Naruto says this, everyone nods their head and splits up. I start asking about if anyone saw Tsunade or if anyone knows where she is. While Naruto and Sasuke were asking around, they were confronted by two people. Sasuke was confronted by a man who had a cloak with red clouds on it. And when Sasuke looked up at his face, he saw a face that he remembered all too well. The man said, hello, little brother. As Sasuke heard this, he expected to feel hatred, disgust, something. But he felt sadness, empathy. He didn't expect to feel this for the person who killed his entire clan and his brother, someone he looked up to and trusted. He was expecting something of hatred, but he didn't feel it, and he didn't have any will to fight him if he had to. Sasuke then said, why do I not hate you? I don't feel hatred in it at all. Sasuke then says, little brother, how have you been? Sasuke says, I've been fine. Itachi says, I never expected to hear that, or even hear you respond to me. Well, yeah, I found someone that is more of a brother than you ever were. Itachi says, oh, is that right? Is it Naruto? Yeah. How do you know? I saw him pick you up in the walkway the day I killed our clan. I remember that as well. So, are you here to fight? Well, I'm actually here for Naruto. Well, if you're here for Naruto, then you're gonna have to fight me. I didn't want to fight my brother, but if I have to, then I'll finish this quick. Itachi tried to put Sasuke in the genjutsu, but it didn't work. Sasuke jumped forward and kicked at Itachi. Itachi couldn't dodge and got launched backward and hit a tree. Itachi then got up and launched forward. He then entered an intense taijutsu battle with Sasuke. Itachi got a good kick on Sasuke, but it didn't do anything. He just went back. He just got hit backwards a bit. Sasuke then blitzed forward and activated his Mangekyo Sharingan. He put his Amaterasu flames around his fist and and hit Itachi right in the stomach with it. Itachi went flying backwards as a burst of Amaterasu happened. Sasuke says, "Stay down, brother. I don't want to hurt you." Itachi kicked Sasuke while he was still sitting against the tree. Sasuke flew back a bit and landed on his feet. He then dashed forward and grabbed Itachi by the collar and threw him. He then put the regular purple energy around his entire arm, and then concentrated it onto his fist. He used chakra to blitz himself forward at a speed that was incredible. He then punched Itachi in the stomach, and it made Itachi spit up blood. He then jumped backward and said, "I don't want to hurt you. Please, leave." Itachi was surprised and then said, "I'm sorry, brother." Sasuke, confused, asks, "What do you mean?" Itachi jumped up and ran off without saying anything. We switch over to Naruto as he was also attacked, asking around. As he was walking around, he was ambushed by a person with a cloak that had red clouds and a face that looked very shark-like. And the person had a weird sword on their back. They then got into a little scuffle and taijutsu battle. They found themselves in the forest. As they stopped the taijutsu battle, Naruto said, "So, are you here for me?" "Yes, I am. So please, come with me. I don't really want to hurt you. I don't want to get yelled at." Naruto activates his hardened skin form and gets ready. Naruto jumps forward and slams her golden Rasengan into the man's stomach. The man flips backwards and lands on his stomach. While holding his stomach, lands on his feet. While holding his stomach, he says, You're a really strong kid, but I'm gonna stop playing now. I'm gonna shred you to damn pieces, you brat." The man pulls the sword off his back and dashes forward at Naruto and tries to slash at him. Naruto sidesteps the slash and enters a taijutsu battle with the man. For blow, the man gets tired. Naruto finds an opening and hits him in 5 different places very quickly. He then kicks the man into a tree. He dashes forward to finish the man off, but he senses someone coming. He stops and waits. He then sees Itachi coming in, and he sees Itachi also put Kisame in a genjutsu. Naruto, confused, says, "What are you doing?" "I need to talk to you." "Okay, when?" "Later tonight." "I can't do that. I'm not gonna be here later tonight." Itachi then says, "Okay, a week from now in the village." Naruto says, "Got it. Okay." Itachi then picks up Kisame and runs off. Sasuke runs up and asks Naruto, "Why didn't you run after them?" "Don't worry about them. We took care of them." Sasuke says, "Okay, well, we need to get back to our search for Tsunade." Naruto says, "Yeah, we probably should get back to that." Naruto and Sasuke meet up with the rest of their team. Naruto says, "So, anyone got any new info?" Neji says, "Yeah. Someone said they saw her in a bar. I walked past the bar and she's there." Naruto says, "Really? Okay, let's go." Naruto and his team head to a sake bar, and they see 2 women sitting in a booth. One one with a very modest chest and very modest looking features, one with a very big bust. Naruto walks up to them and sits down and says, "So, would you like another drink?" Tsunade says, sure. Naruto buys 6 bottles of sake and says, Naruto then says, "So, how are you?" Says, "Okay, I guess." Naruto says, "Okay, how would you like to be the Hokage?" Tsunade says, "Why would I want to be the Hokage? Oh, they're damn fools." As soon as Naruto hears this, he puts a kunai to Tsunade's throat. Sasuke sees this, and then he says, "Naruto, stop, now!" Naruto sits back down, and then grabs a bottle of unopened sake and downs it in about 4 seconds. Tsunade sees this and says, "How did you do that? You're only 14 at most." Naruto says, tasted good. So, would you like to be the Hokage?" Still no. Tsunade says. Naruto looks at her and says, "You're drunk, aren't you?" Tsunade says, "I'm not drunk, kid." Naruto then heals her with a new ability he gained, called Scale Healing. He hardens his arm and rips off a scale. He then puts it on Tsunade's forehead. It dissolves and a golden glow happens. Tsunade now sober. Tsunade, now sober, looks at Naruto and says, "Minato." Naruto says, "What? Are you Minato's son?" "Yeah, I am. Why?" "I'm your grandmother." "What? How?" "Minato is my son." "What? But he was an Uzumaki." "Yeah, because his dad was an Uzumaki." "So, what you're saying is, I'm a descendant of the first Hokage and the second Hokage." Tsunade says, "Yes, that's correct." Naruto then says, "Well, that's besides the point. Will you be the Hokage?" Tsunade says, sure, but could you buy us some more sake?" Naruto says, "Oh, of course." Naruto then buys 10 more bottles and downs a couple of them. He also buys some for his team. After about 2 hours of drinking, they head back to the village so that Tsunade can become the new Hokage.